Welcome. Hi, my name is Melissa and I go by Honeybee. Honeybee and Sassafras. Sassafras is my kitty's name. And I'm just here to give an update on life. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video, which is okay. I just was super busy at the end of last year. I was prepping to be an assistant director because that's what I was promised, and that's how we're getting to this video. I was working double, sometimes triple shifts for my job, as well as doing some housekeeping for people and all kinds of stuff. And then, that kind of all fell to the wayside at the beginning of this year. Today is Sunday. It's February something. It's Sunday. It's in February. And the reason I've been holding off, I went home for the 10 weeks. My grandmother was in the hospital, my uncle was in the hospital, and then a whole bunch of things were happening. And then I thought, well, I was like, well, assistant director, I'll be, up in class, getting a better job, getting pay grade. And then my job, and I won't say their names, turned around and sort of punched me in the gut and hired someone who's only been in hospitality for 3 months as the assistant director, but they don't call her the assistant director, they call her manager on duty. And there's no longer a assistant director position. So things kind of got complicated. There was no real sorries. There was a lot of "you're not qualified," even though I have been in hospitality since, officially in hospitality since 2018, where that's been my full-time job. And you know what? It is what it is. But I realized that this is going to be my last season in hospitality, and I'm going to just be me, give it my all, and not care. I'm going to care about people, and I'm going to care about things, but I'm not going to care about, what I'm giving my all, is what I'm trying to say. But I figured, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I've been in hospitality since 2018, and I've actually been doing hospitality way before then, but more as part-time, during high school, and when I worked for an environmental lab, and then as a over the weekend secretary, and then it is what it is. It is what it is. It was more of an internship, but I've been in hospitality for a very long time, and during college was when I took a break, and you know what? It's all I know, which is kind of weirdly, why did I go? I have a bachelor's degree in art history, studio art, and arts management, so I have a 3, and I've never. I did internships in it, but nobody would hire me afterwards because I needed a master's degree now due to laws changing and everything. And now, due to more laws changing, all these years later in 2026, I need a PhD. And unfortunately, I can't afford that. And I'm going to say a lot because I'm really nervous. Just by saying that I'm upset, I could, and if someone finds this, I could be fired. I don't know. They could have us sit down and have a meeting and make this a strike one, which could lead me to being fired. But you know what? At this point, I'm okay. I think I've kind of settled with myself. And I'm sitting here because it's really bad, windy, snow. It's snowing outside. But I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take this last season, this last hospitality season, and I'm going to try to find another job to be in. I mean, I get great pay here, not as much as I need / like. So I think I'm going to, go through and find out what else I'm good at, what else I can go into it. If I have to do like a PhD, see if I can. I would love to do that, but this is what these vlogs are going to be about, is basically me exploring. So I'm going to be taking a week. I got 43 weeks because we're a seasonal hotel. 43 weeks I have to find out what else I love to do, and I want to take you guys on my journey with me. And hopefully I have a better setup at that time, but right now I do not, because my life is chaotic, so my house is chaotic, and that's how it is. That's life. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be, taking a week so 43, there's going to be 43, that's the sun coming through the snow clouds. There's 43 weeks left of my season, so I'm going to be taking those 43 weeks to find out what I love, and I'm doing all kinds of things. I'll probably lawyer, doctor, nurse, airplane pilot. I'm researching, I'm looking into things, I'm watching videos, I'm going to be experiencing things. Some things I can't experience, like I can't experience being a doctor, but I can watch shows and see what, not like The Pit, and shows to like help me, or and I'm hoping that at one point shadowing, I'm hoping to shadow someone, and we're gonna see. We're gonna try to shadow people. We're gonna try to figure out what we like, what we don't like. I'm gonna give being a teacher again. I'm gonna give that a try for a week, and all kinds of stuff. Right behind me is my board, and I figured week by week, I'll just so you guys don't get overwhelmed, and so I don't like overwhelm myself. I have a list of what I'm going to do. I have a set schedule of what I'm going to do. But so you don't get overwhelmed, I'm going to just do one career after the other to see what I like. And because I've been having such a hard time, I'm going to start off with a little bit of an easy one. Not really easy, but like easy to me. Easy that like I know somewhat of the setup. I know somewhat of what's going on. So we're gonna Can you see it? You can. It's backwards. It's okay. 43 weeks. Another part of the reason why I'm doing this is because, and we're gonna pick my favorite color. I wonder what it is. Green, blue. It's green. Green and purple and blue are my favorite. I like the soft color. But I think I'm gonna do green as my first one. But the reason I'm doing this is because, one, this off season was such a struggle, and then I got kind of shamshacked. I don't really know how to phrase that. I kind of got betrayed, is I guess the best way to do it. And I unfortunately have been having to borrow money from my parents. They're not going to make me pay it back, but kindly. But for me, it feels like I'm taking out a loan from my parents so they can help me with my bills and everything, because I got paid less by the end of the year, even though I was doing just the same job, just in a different facility, and they made it sound like I was gonna get all these big bucks, and they forgot. I don't know what they did, but I got paid way less. I didn't have enough savings as I thought I did to help me get through the off season, like I always do. And so this year my parents are having to help me and save me out of that. And I don't want that anymore. I don't want to have to do that anymore. I rely too much on my parents, and though they don't mind, they actually really don't mind. They're very kind. I don't want to put that on my parents anymore. So, week one is going to be, it's going to be digital. It's not digital. It's a graphic designer. I'm doing graphic design as my first. I said digital because there's another one that says digital, but we're doing graphic design for my first. So it's art. It's in my realm. As I said, art history, arts management, studio art. Graphic design was the only class I was not allowed to take at my school, because at that time the professor only wanted people who were into graphic design, as well as specifically needed it, so art teachers. And some studio art majors were allowed, some were not. It's very weird. The criteria for it was, I don't know, maybe who he liked. And that seemed to be the case when I was in grad school temporarily too. So I don't know, but I'm gonna teach myself graphic design, and this week, and I'm gonna update you on Wednesday how it's going. Each day is gonna be a different thing. I'm gonna be practicing. I'm gonna be looking into it. I'm gonna be designing things, and then by the end of the week, so Sunday is always gonna be my my uploads. Look who it is. Wednesday's gonna be like update, financials, whatever I need to not cry and process this. Oh, now I got too much light. Ooh, gosh. There we go. Graphic design. Woo. There we go. But stop. Now the sun's not my friend. Anyways, so I'll update on Wednesday. I'll check in with everybody. I'm gonna watch videos. I'm gonna do some drawings and some artworks on my iPad. And then I'm going to show you the final piece for graphic design. And just show you like what I come up with and everything next Sunday. And Wednesday we're going to just check in. You're going to see some updates, and I keep repeating myself, and that's fine. I hope you guys come join me on my journey. If not, that's okay too. You can say you're annoying, or you're ugly, or you're just bothersome, and that's fine. But hi, sass. And just have fun with me, like this is like my last resort. I'm at the end of my ropes, because I guess I'm not qualified. So I think that's gonna be my motto this year. But I'm not qualified. Signing off. Have a wonderful week, and see you Wednesday. Bye. Love you guys.